this is Sierra and welcome to another video. Today we are reading chapter 36 of Hermitcraft Mayhem, a Minecraft-inspired fanfiction where I put Minecraft YouTubers that I enjoy watching to a Minecraft universe and see what happens. In this case, well, it's pretty clear that focusing on the hermits and going on with that storyline and all that fun stuff. But if you haven't read any of the previous parts, there will be spoilers. Things are about to start ramping up, so get ready for that. And yeah, enjoy the ride. Captions are available if you want to follow along. You don't have to, but the option is there. Scar's eyes snapped open as he gasped for air, staring up at the ceiling of the sleepover room. He felt like he was drowning, suffocating under the endless weight of terror, confusion, and fear. Was he trapped? No, he'd been dreaming. Hadn't he? The image that seared in his mind started to fade as he regained his rhythm. The image of being trapped, restrained on a cot as one of his friends loomed over him. No expression, no hint of emotion, just cold, hard stone. Nothingness. What was that? Scar groaned as he sat up in bed, his eyes moving to the curtained window. The pain he'd felt just moments ago had faded as he peeked up into the starlit sky. At least he hadn't woken anyone up or dragged anyone into a nightmare this time. He sighed, shaking his head. Was it worth trying to get more sleep when he didn't know what he'd find next? Pulse would never do something like that. Scar pushed his orange blanket aside, pulling his chair closer to the bed so he could pull himself in. It was probably just a bad dream anyway, a manifestation of fear. He had those before. He quietly plopped down into his wheelchair, strapping himself in when he heard movement in the room. He looked up, spotting someone sit up, awake. Where do you think you're going? Caleb whispered softly, tossing his covers aside. Bad dream. I need some fresh air. Scar sighed, shaking his head. Some of the same? You can say that, Scar shrugged. I might go upstairs to hang out with Jelly if you want to come along. You know I'm going to say that, Caleb said calmly, hopping out of bed before crossing the distance. I go where you go. I know, Scar smiled sadly. It'd be nice if we could go outside, but I don't think the adults would let us. Caleb shook his head. Not after the attack earlier tonight. Do you think they'll come back? Probably, Caleb said quietly, gesturing to the door. Scar led the way, glancing at all the sleeping forms in their beds, fellow hermits, protectors, and interns alike. Beat-ups and Isaac weren't in bed, and it didn't seem like the rescue party had returned yet. The two of them made it out into the hallway as Scar pushed his chair toward the elevator. He stared up at it for a long moment, unsure what laid on the other side of the door. I could get her down here for you, Caleb offered. Leave me here by myself? Scar raised an eyebrow, giving the boy his signature smirk. Just stay close to the bedroom for a couple of minutes. That way if someone will hear you if something happens. The smirk faded. Do you think that could happen? I don't know, Caleb admitted. It's okay, Scar said quietly. I'd rather not be alone anyway. You sure? Caleb asked. Yeah, I'm sure, Scar replied, pushing himself away from the elevator. You're right. We can't take our chances right now when they have access to a clone machine. Carniver doesn't need to wait to send another batch of men after us. I hate it too, but we're going to put a stop to this, all of this, Caleb said matter-of-factly. I know, Scar said softly, rolling himself into the main room, which was empty. He frowned. Beat-ups had situated himself on the couch by the window, wanting to wait until the rescue party got back so he could help any way he could. Where had he gone? Was he out upstairs? He didn't hear anything in the kitchen, so he couldn't be in there. He brushed the question aside with a shake of his head. Beat-ups probably wasn't far, or if he was, there was probably a good reason for it. Scar would have to ask Clara or Matthias when they woke up. There's no point bothering them now. So, what do you want to do? Caleb asked, breaking the silence as he plopped down onto the armchair. Could try some headband practice and training. Do we have the space for that? Scar asked, looking over at the tables and chairs around the room. We can make space. Caleb shrugged. It'd be good to get your sword skills up to what they used to be. I wasn't much of a fighter back then either, Scar admitted with a chuckle. I had my own ways of dealing with trouble. Right, and we both know how well the axe worked for you. It does, sometimes, Scar pointed out. Stalling isn't always a bad thing if you know what help is coming. I suppose, Caleb smiled. It just stinks that they seem to see right through it. Maybe that's all part of the fun. Scar shrugged, wincing at his own words. Playing the part until you can surprise them. Mm-hmm, Caleb said calmly, glancing toward the window. Do you happen to know where Isaac and Beat-ups went? No, unfortunately. Caleb shook his head, still looking out the window. I'd assumed they'd let someone know before they left, unless they're upstairs. Maybe, Scar said thoughtfully. He reached his mental hand out toward Beat-ups' link, pulling back when he felt a pain and fear. They're going to find us. There's too many of them. The thought was so soft, Scar barely heard it. Beat-ups was somewhere out there, beyond the walls of the fortress. Had someone come during the night, or had he gone to help the rescue party? To warn them that Gerald had Grian. Dread filled him thinking about his friend, trapped alone, far away from anyone who could reach him. Gerald would have a field day with a situation like that. Beat-ups? Scar directed the hermit's name into the jumble of emotions. Exhaustion, weariness, paranoia, and of course fear. Fear of being caught. Fear of no escape. Of punishment. But Beat-ups had done nothing to deserve that. Unless... Scar? Can you hear me? Beat-ups' voice filled his mind, and in the mass volume of fear, Scar sensed relief. I hear you, Scar confirmed. I've been trying to get a hold of someone for the past hour, Beat-ups said quickly. I found the rescue party. We have Impulse and Grian. We're safe for now, but we're being hunted in our own forest. I think we're almost there, but I don't think we can evade them for much longer. How many are out there? Feels like 100 at this point. Julius has been a huge help keeping us out of sight, Beat-ups said nervously. A lot of them are riding horses, helicopters flying overhead, troops of clones scouting the forest. All this for a couple of prisoners. I know, it's weird, Beat-ups admitted. Can you help? Scar swallowed, looking over at Caleb. We might have a problem on our hands. So we always, Caleb raised an eyebrow. Rescue party is on its way, but someone set loose an army of clones to track them down in the forest. We need to find them and get them here before those men do. Caleb got to his feet. Where are they? East of us? I would assume so, Scar nodded. Could you fire a firework to let us know where you are? That alert the enemy? Beat-ups asked. It's a risk, but if you're close, we might be able to help. Scar insisted. He turned to Caleb. Get Clara and Matthias. We might need them. What about the signal? Caleb asked. I'll take care of that, Scar said simply. It won't be far. Please be careful. I will, Scar replied with a smile, rolling his chair toward the hallway when he heard the sound of an explosion in the distance. Another explosion followed a moment later as Scar reached the little buttons that would activate the electric parts of the chair. He pushed the kitchen door open in time to see a third explosion of red through the window. I see you, Scar replied. Any choppers nearby? It's too dark and far away to tell, but I know where you are. Caleb's getting Clara and Matthias now. Good, Beat-ups replied, because we've got a lot of trouble coming our way. Do you have your shield? Scar asked. I think I do, P-Dubs admitted. Scar bit his bottom lip as he neared the window, hearing a door slam open, followed by footsteps. He turned in time to see Skiz appearing in the doorway, with Pearl and Joel at his heels. "Where are they?" Skiz demanded, his piercing blue eyes flashing. "I can show you," Scar offered. "We're going to need our force fields." "Then what are we waiting for? Let's go!" Pearl exclaimed, heading for the back door. "Not without a good protection first," Clara spoke up from the hallway. "We don't have much time. They're being hunted as we speak, and gave up their location so we could find them," Scar admitted. Another shock of fear ripped through the mental connection with beat-ups. Scar's eyes widened as he looked over at the window, putting a hand on the controls. "They've been found." "Where are they?" Skiz repeated. Scar looked at him. "Follow me." Then he shot through the door and toward the wall, readying the rocket boosters, knowing his friends would be right behind him. Help was on his way, and they wouldn't stop until everyone was safe. That, my friend, is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, next chapter we will be going into Pearl's perspective and this rescue mission to retrieve the rescue party from the clone army. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that might be. Goodbye.